Hello, Tech Solutions, Björn Kerman here. Today I want to show you Tech's encoding solution wannaPI. wannaPI is using large mathematical constants with at least 1 billion decimal characters to encode and decode your messages. Since the mathematical constant is not included in the file downloadable on GitHub or through the link in the video description, you will first have to generate it using YCruncher. YCruncher is a program intended for benchmarking computers, but it can also be used to create mathematical constants such as pi, e, or the square root of 2 or 3. So please launch YCruncher. For our purposes, we will just benchmark pi, that's selection 0, but you could also custom compute a constant using selection number 3. We will do a multi-threaded operation just to speed it up, and we will need at least 1 billion decimal characters. Your computer may now inform you that your computer may have too little virtual memory, but probably you can ignore that. YCruncher will now start to compute pi. I will speed this section up a bit to make the video shorter. So while this operation is running, let's talk about how wannaPI is working. It is using a 13-digit password, which is giving you at least 189,395,290,386 possible configurations. It is using this password in some kind like an Enigma machine by using pi as the wires in its wheels of the Enigma machine, and by using a certain part of your password as what you would call the plugboard on the Enigma machine. So YCruncher is now converting the digits of pi to decimal. Please use a decimal file, not a hexadecimal file. So YCruncher now has saved the file. You don't really care about the diagnostics, so you can just close it. After you now have created a file with pi, please open it to remove the decimal point. You now remove the decimal point. If you wish so, you can also remove the digits in front of the decimal point. Save the file and close it down. Now you can start wannaPI.exe. It's a single executable file which will do setup all on its own. Please select the file you have just edited via the select button. Move to the directory where YCruncher is situated and select the file. Open it. YCruncher will now start loading the digits. This will take a while. For future use, the path to the file will be stored in the configuration file, so later you can just click load. This will also take a while. Please now enter a 13-digit key. I am just going to use the numbers 1 through 9 and repeat. The key may only consist of digits, and please make sure that in 10th place there isn't a 0. You see, if the key is valid, the checkbox will be checked. If it is not valid, for example, if there's a 0 or it is too short, the key valid box will not be checked. Now input a string into the input box. Let's use hello world. I will replace the O with the 0, an exclamation mark. Then let's start a new line and say Happy Pi Day. Now select encrypt. This is already selected, and hit start. As you can see, the encoded string will now be shown in the output. It is a single line. It will not have any line breaks. To copy it to the input section, just click this arrow here. If the possibilities of this password aren't enough for you, you can select to encrypt it again, but for our purposes we will just decrypt it. Of course, when decrypting it, you will have to use the same two passwords but in opposite order. So if you used password A for the first encoding and password B for the second encoding, please, when decoding, just put in password B first for the first decoding and password A second for the second encoding. You will see now, as we decode it, we will get our original message with all the numbers and characters back. This is the brief showcase of wannaPI. Please note that wannaPI is not liable for any security issues may be caused by using it. I also have put a little file with a Pi Day message into the GitHub repository, which you can try to decode. If you are able to decode it until the 13th of April, you will win nothing, but you will win. So this is it. I hope I could